Okay, so now here's another video, brief video on identification of microcomponents. This is the Samsung Epic that has been totally disassembled, and again, if you have not been keeping up with our disassembly videos, which was in the first section, please stop this video right now and go back and watch those videos, because that's the absolute most important, well, at least the first step that you need to be familiar with. Well, if you have, then once again, this is the Samsung Galaxy Epic that has already been disassembled. And now that we've disassembled it, we're going to just identify some of the micro parts that are on the main board and on the frame and the housing and whatnot. So this was on the frame, the sliding part of the frame of the Galaxy S3. As you notice, there's one flex right here. Okay, if you can see that, there's one flex right there on the top. Okay. That flex is responsible for the keypad, all the keypads. So if you have a customer who is pushing buttons and he just couldn't get anything or one of the keys to respond, it's going to be a nightmare to just dig this out and replace that entire key. So you're probably going to want to fix this entire flex right here. So also attached to this flex is this button, which I believe is the power button. Okay, right there. So that's the power button. Yes, I believe that is the power button. And then here we have the camera button right here. Okay, and then finally on this side we have the volume keys right there. All right, and they all attach to one flex right here. So if this flex was cut, then already you know what's not going to work, which is basically your volume keys, your power keys, your camera keys, and your keypad. And finally you have a microphone. This is the regular microphone on the bottom of the phone when you don't have it on loudspeaker. I mentioned in our other videos, most phones now have two mics. They have a regular mic and then they have a mic on top. In this case, it's let's see here, where is it? It's not here. It's on another part of the phone, which I'll show you. But this has most phones are gonna have two mics. This one's on the bottom, another one's usually somewhere on the top. And the top microphone is for the loudspeaker. So there will be cases, and here's a good way to test whether or not the microphone is not working or whether the phone is just screwed up. If someone comes in and says, hey, other people can't hear me, there are two things you can do. You can put it on a Bluetooth or any other hands-free device, or even like a headset. Plug it in and then try to talk to the other person and see if they can hear you or not. And if they can, then you know that your microphone's messed up. Another way you can test it is put it on loudspeaker, and if they can suddenly hear you now you know that it is a microphone issue, because if you put it on loudspeaker and you're talking to them and they can hear you, you're using your loudspeaker mic, which is located on top. And then if you put it back onto regular mode, which is not loudspeaker, then all of a sudden they can't hear you, then you know that it's this microphone that's problematic, and then once again you're gonna have to change this entire flex. So phones like these, I don't really agree too much with the design, because if any one of these components go wrong, you have to change the whole flex. Okay, so let's also go over some other parts. This is the top frame of the exact same phone. We have, as you see here, master flex, which connects to right here. A master flex that connects to the bottom, and we're going to see what all is on the bottom. So let's take a look together really quickly. I'm going to take this apart. And as you can see, this master flex is connected to, let's see here. This master flex is connected right here, okay, through this area. I can lift this up and then remove the master flex, and the master flex is connected to some more flex cables. Okay, so this is the master flex right here, which eventually connects to the main board. But if we were to unplug this and take a look at which other flex are connected, we can see that the digitizer flex is connected right here, which responds to our touch. We have an integrated circuit chip right here. We also have, let's see, what is that? It looks like that's a front proximity sensor. Is that the front proximity sensor? I believe so. Yep, that's a front proximity sensor flex. Okay, and we also have the front speaker as well, and then here we have the front camera flex. Okay, and I think somewhere here we have the loudspeaker microphone. Let's take a look. Yep, the microphone was connected to the front camera. Okay, so that's the front camera, and connected to the front camera we have the loudspeaker microphone. So as I mentioned, there are always two microphones nowadays. One microphone is located on the bottom for the regular, and another microphone is located for the top. Okay. And then finally, we're gonna take a little peek at the main board and see what microphones are attached here. In this phone, we noticed that the head jack is actually attached to the motherboard and not somewhere on the bottom like the iPhone 5C or on the top like the Note 3 or whatnot. We also have the back camera that's connected via flex, and we have the charging port which is not connected via flex. So if that needed to be repaired, we would have to micro solder it or desolder it, which you can find in all of our solder videos. Okay, so that's the main board, and we also have this huge connected via one flex right here. We have this huge metal plate which can be removed, which is responsible for the memory card insertion. So when you put the memory card in here, it reads via this area, and then it connects via this flex cable, so your phone can now read and understand what kind of memory card that you've just inserted. Okay, and we also have a bunch of tiny micro components like the resistors and capacitors and whatnot. So check out our other videos of what a capacitor looks like in our other micro component videos, and at the end of this whole course, you're going to also learn some theory on what exactly these tiny micro parts are. Like what in the world is a transistor, an inductor, or a capacitor, through an actual electrical engineer, and he's going to be doing that part in our theory section. Okay, so check that out, and that's it for the Galaxy update. Thanks.